Hello everyone, my name is Mitz. Here we are back entering inside the house in Fata Morgana. Now before we continue on, which I assume is Jacobo busting through the front doors of the house and interrupting our nice little dance with our still yet unnamed white-haired woman, I had this sudden idea which I don't remember if I brought it up last episode, but there's a part of me that's wondering now if the person we're playing as, the so-called Mr. and Mrs. U, capital Y, is actually just another reincarnation or version of the white-haired woman. It's making me think that ever since seeing Michelle from the mirror, honestly, they kind of look like another version of the white-haired woman, the same pale hair and the red eyes, honestly, but they definitely look more like a man. And I'm wondering, either like I don't know if like the maid would actually call like our character like just master or like call mistress, honestly, if like our main character is a woman. And just wondering now, like if there's always a version in every time zone, like like every era, honestly, throughout history with this house, that the way her one appears, why not there just be a version where she is as a man then? And I'm just wondering now if that's the main twist of the very end of the game, the maid is literally showing us all these tales that we were a part of in some way, shape, or form, which it's already been shown that the white haired woman has like very, very small recollections of things that happened like generations ago, like when a normal person shouldn't be alive. Like she definitely remembers them. So that's maybe why the maid is showing all of these different tragedies to us. We're remembering all the lies we've been a part of. But then the mansion was trying to hide us from actually talking about what we saw in the mirror. I still don't have an answer for that, but that's definitely interesting if that is true. That'd be an interesting way to take it. Hmm. I guess we'll see how that goes as we go along to it, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. And I'm gonna assume that Jacobo is just gonna immediately put a stop to this Hunani other southern slang, honestly. However, before they reached the door, it swung open. A man's towering shadow cast the two women into darkness. His cold, bitter glare fixated on them. I mean, if he literally ruined and got rid of the rose garden just because, you were literally trying to use your womanly wiles to try to manipulate me, then we can't have dancing. No, I'll demolish the ballroom. If I had even the faintest premonition this might happen, I would have done anything in my power to stop the two cheery girls on their way to the hall. But I am eternally powerless. What are you doing? I. Sitting before them in the doorway was the master of the house, Jacopo. Jacobo. I keep messing up his name. Jacobo? Jacopo? Either way works. Ah, I thought you would not be back until tomorrow. Well, you thought wrong. And how would you know that? I keep a schedule. No, forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you? To dance the merry night away, apparently, yes. No, what would I possibly want you at the house for? I'm sure you know better than anyone. Literally just to put that seated down to the rest of the maids and just crumble your house the inside out. Oh man, if only there was that. If only that was an opportunity. If only, if only. What? What does that smell? Perfume? Yeah. When did you get perfume? I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath, red as a beet. She's just allergic to the perfume, okay? It was a bad idea. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going? No, I wasn't going... Jacobo, calm down, seriously. You shut it. Now you're taking this tramp's side. My god. I have told you before, you are not to leave this house without first consulting me. Or, do you mean to tell me you've forgotten? God, your ears just aren't for show, alright? They're better than that. They'll even throw out the parts you don't want to hear. No, I swear I was not doing anything. You... Silence. I know interest in your excuses. You're always watching from the shadows, observing. Try not to step on anyone's toes. In the back of your mind, you're mocking me. No, Listen up and listen good. You just try stepping out of line again. You just try disgracing me again. You will not get away with it! For the love of God. Get back to your room now. You too, Maria. Alright. God, what is this sickening sweet smell? Didn't you just realize this perfume? How utterly infuriating! Oh, their ears not working, your nose is not working either. It'll take forever to get this off of me. I always thought you had at least some sense of taste. I mean, you're not supposed to get in your mouth, you dick. Did it go into your brain as well and cause permanent brain damage? Why did you have to disparage her so? What did she do so wrong? What did she do to deserve that? She did nothing whatsoever wrong. She deserved none of the ridicule he showered her with. However, she was not a strong-willed woman. She did not have the courage to retort to the man yelling at her. Neither did Maria, it seemed. Without another word, they both scrambled out of the great hall, away from Jacobo. Though I heard one most painfully miserable sight to behold. The cheer drained from her spirit, and the rosy hue from her now pale cheeks. She was hunched forward slightly, looking like a small, scared animal. Say, I'm sorry, this is not my fault. I hadn't asked you to dance. And me bringing the perfume only made things worse. No, you need not feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was with my best interest at heart. Oh geez, what was that noise? So, don't worry. I'll be fine. Hopefully. I mean, I think the only reason Jacobo, after all of this time, is like only keeping you around is honestly just because that I'm, like, just tied to him, other family and have status. That's like the only thing. Honestly, the only thing. What does he even expect that you would do, honestly, when you get out? Just, like, the whole thing of just embarrassing him? That's it? Nothing else? Huh. So, madame, I'll clear everything up. I really am to blame after all. He wouldn't even give you the time of day if you tried. He's a stubborn little shit when he's mad. I'll talk to him. He's more likely to listen to me. I'll make sure he knows he was jumping to conclusions, that I'm the one who dragged you out there to dance. You're gonna put yourself underneath the bus? Okay. And also I forced you to wear the perfume. I'll clear everything up, okay? So please, you cheer up. It would be best if I could tell him myself. But yes, you're right. He would likely not listen to me. Yeah, after all of this, like, that's literally all he would do, honestly. Like, what was it? Like, the whole scary stories that that Maria brings up, like, he listened to that, and only after he got actually scared, like, his pride took a hit, then he started disparaging her against, like, her even telling the stories. They get along more well than he does with her. Don't know if, like, like, trying to explain the whole situation would make things worse, though, honestly. It sounds like it's gonna go down that road instead. He really ever listens to me. I should be ashamed. Can't even hold a simple conversation with my own husband. These things happen, you know? I don't think they happen on this level occasion, unless you're telling me, like, there, you know there's many other families, like, nearby, or like, you were employed by other families who, have this similar type of marriage, honestly. You've experienced. It's not easy being married, in a lot of ways. Yes, you're right. I apologize for having you do something so unpleasant, but I would appreciate that. Oh, no problem. I'm happy to. Need to apologize. I got this. You got this. Finger guns. I'll dunk his head in cold water till he's not blowing steam from his ears anymore. Waterboarding. I'll cool him down. Promise. Just stick a whole ice bag down his shirt. Down his shirt. And you never know. Maybe he'll be open to listening. You could be back to the way you were a year ago in no time. Nope, completely doubt. Just heavily, just give me a giant, just buy me a giant stamp and I'll just push it right down top of this giant, this mansion. Giant doubt. Nope, no siree. Don't you worry, I'll take care of it, madame. Be positive. You look so much better with a smile on your face. Alright. Thank you. I doubted Jacobo would listen, even coming from Maria. I imagine the white-haired girl felt much the same way. However, she grabbed onto that sliver of hope. She let herself dream. She let herself believe, even just faintly, that everything would go well. Such is human nature. When uncertainty has you in its clutches, you grasp whatever hope you can find to keep yourself afloat. That night, she did not sleep. She was afraid that even in her dreams, Jacopo would be shouting at her. She felt as though her memories of a year prior were beginning to crumble away. They're not really that good at memories anyway. They're like... they're not even that happy, but they're not exactly that bad as they are now anyway. It's more like a passive-aggressive memory. An entire year ago. Yeah. Oh, back to this music again. Love this one. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. The next morning, Jacopo stood alone in the den by the billiards table, playing some good old-fashioned pool, just drowning in his work talking to people. He appeared to be rather agitated. His face twisted into a frown, his pointer finger tapping restlessly against the hard surface of the table, trying to will the balls right into the holes on the edges. Evidently, no longer able to stay in one place, he paced a circle around the table, then swiped up a rack in a queue, setting up a game of 9-ball. Oh, you weren't already doing that? Okay then. I'm not intimately familiar with the ways by which men entertain themselves, but in truth, I was bewitched by the sight of him leaning over the table. He takes his time to just strike poses leaning against the billiards table every time he's bored. Every time. Gotta get ready for when you model into a magazine. It almost seemed as though a steel rod ran straight from his shoulder to the tip of his outstretched finger, upon which the key was secured by another finger looped over it. With a smooth, flowing motion, he thrust the cue forward slightly, pulling it back and repeating the process once more. And he is practicing the fail the first strike. Before ramming into the cue ball, sending it rolling into the diamond-colored balls. A chorus of clicks and clacks emanated from the center of the room. Balls collided with one another and ricocheted off the cushioned walls. A few landed in the pockets situated around the edge of the table. Jacopo appeared to have accomplished this with little trouble, but I imagine merely striking the cue ball with a stick would be rather difficult for someone inexperienced. Yeah, I barely know how to play billiards and pool, honestly, and yeah, that's how it was the first time. I basically only got a small slim of the rules, honestly, how it is. Like, one person has stripes, the other one has the solid color balls, and then when you get all yours done, then just push the 8-ball in. But despite his accomplishment, he seemed to only exacerbate his agitation. Lousy positioning, he muttered, though I hadn't the faintest idea what he was talking about. What should have been a game for his enjoyment, he went about with a constant look of exasperation. If I don't get any money from this, then what's the point of relaxing and fun? We can't have that, we can't have this at all. Put some money down then, dude, if you're not gonna enjoy this. If you don't like this game, then I don't know, have you thought about getting rid of the game itself? I suspect he was using it as a way to blow up steam. Probably. The result, the tension in the air was palpable. I felt it would be improper to intrude upon him, even considering my distaste of the man. Well, you don't really show up a whole lot after more people enter the mansion anyway, so meh. Like, you just appear in the mansion just to be a staff for once, and then talk to him a tiny bit, then never see him ever again. Just always looming there in the shadows. He never can see you coming. Never. You're always right there. You could always be the one to step in, honestly, but no, be in the shadows. There was an undeniable beauty in every motion he made, every perfectly audible clack, the billiards balls bouncing off one another. It was an enchanting sight. But then, someone without the slightest regard or appreciation for beauty came marching in with a hammer to shatter it like glass. Gotta say, that was pretty impressive. A man leaned against the frame of the open door. He was neither a resident nor a worker of the mansion. Yes, a visitor. Fancy. The man's face was covered in a scraggly stubble, his body draped in grime-caked garments. His eyes were sunken so deep it was as though I was looking at a fleshless skull. There was a pharaoh glimmer in them. Oh, okay. Needless to say, he was not prim and proper. Like, is he a factory worker or one of those people that like the white-haired woman saw on the honeymoon phase? Like, people like who weren't as well off, honestly. Could be one of the people she saw that day on the way to the little trinket toy shop. How long have you been there? Days. I broke in several weeks ago. Oh, no, Tommaso. Huh. Not long, man. I can't help laughing. You were completely in your own world there. Leaning against the pillar's ball, just like in a Playboy magazine. Is there anyone else in the mansion like playing with him? Is he completely alone in this room? He's not even talking to business associates? What do you want? Why don't you send a maid for me? Don't be such a hard ass. We ain't strangers, man. I seen you down the block. We pass by every single day. I know you. Why should family have to go through the maid to see you? Oh, you're one of the people like I'm seeing from Europe then. Oh, okay then, from his homeland. That just ain't right, brother. Your door should always be open for family. Enough. I am not your family. Well, you don't even know who he is. Why are you saying he's not family? Lord Brown wants something even stronger than blood. Water? By our family. Our Koska. What's Koska? Oh, don't. You only ever bring up the Koska when it's in your interest. Okay, so you definitely know who he is then. Ooh, scary. Ah, come on now. What happened to you, little Jackie? Where the little boy used to call me Uncle Tommy go? Don't you dare use that godforsaken name. Get the hell out of my sight. What in God's name are you doing here? He just visiting. The man hailed from the same country as Jacopo. They had a peculiar relationship, though they were not blood related. He referred to Jacopo as family. They came from a sunny island in the Mediterranean Sea, a place of many unique customs, an entire underground society. Again, mob. Okay. Koska was a word that originated from and referred to those underworld families. It'll be another 30 or so years before organizations like theirs receive much public attention. At the time, they were not widely known. Organizations like I make the joke that like it's mob, but like gangsters and all that. But like, what would that technically be here then? Just a short step into the future, and they would grow so powerful, the very mention of them would send a chill through the room. Was that literally just it? Okay. Hey now, that's no way to talk to a fellow Barazati? You're on the short list to become the next Capo Famiglia? We respect our brothers. That's how we operate. I could go home and say you threw me out of your house. How'd you like those rumors to spread? Soon-to-be Capo Famiglia wouldn't even listen to a little request. I very much doubt anything you could say could damage my reputation. I ain't been exiled yet. And so long as I'm still one of them, they won't ignore me. Ooh, that's some mighty fine-looking whiskey you got there. Just runs over, snatches up one swig, and the bottle's already gone. Don't mind if I do. Nothing here is ready to drink. Not even water. Booze my lifeblood, man. Go to a doctor. No love for a brother? You worthless leech. Surely won't be long before you find yourself in exile. If you're lucky not to get off the hook with just exile, that is. A child could snap that scrawny neck of yours. If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna get tied up, tortured for days, covered in tiny little cuts from head to toe. You sick bastard! You disgust me! Call me a carnal adventurer. I'm sorry, what? I think I completely lost what you're even alluding to now. What? I despise the mundane. Am I getting this? Is my brain the right place right now? Last thing I wanted is to go out like a wet fart. Is this what you came for? Waste my time, your insipid nonsense? Oh, hardly. Sure you have an idea what I'm here for. Want to go on a night of town for after night clubs and parties. And how much I need. You damned maggot. A worthless leech, a sick bastard, damn maggot. What other names you got up your sleeve for me? You son of a... Do you honestly think this is how you ask for a favor? Whoops, excuse me. I beg of thee, O esteemed future capofamiglia, just starts bowing haphazardly on the floor, very dramatically. Oh, praise be to the esteemed future. I am bone broke, not even enough money to put bread on the table. Could you spare a little for a brother? You brought this on yourself, I'm sure. I hear more than enough stories about you, and hardly any of them pleasant. Drinking, gambling, debauchery. I'm humiliated to be in the same Koska as you. You want to make money playing? You gotta learn the game first. Says the worm who played himself into oblivion. Okay, so he lost all his money from gambling then. Now, do you honestly think I'll give you anything? Oh, but you will. You got no choice. Koska rules. You're required to help a fellow countryman. Especially considering how few of us there are stranded on this colossal landmass. You won't even notice the money's missing. It ain't because you can't, but because you don't wanna. But Jacopo, being a tight ass is nothing for you. Me coming to you for help keeps your good name clean. That's the thing about being boss. You quietly keep little shit like me out of trouble, so that trouble don't come raining back on you. You do not seem to understand your place. Rather than lecturing me, you should be on your hands and knees begging and crying for my help. No, he's already been doing that. You're just blind. If that's what you want, I'll gladly comply. Just starts writhing the floor, just bowing in every direction possible. Oh, please. Happy to kiss your boots while I'm at it. Don't even think about it. Know this, there won't be a second time. I'll be reporting your conduct to the family back home. I look forward to seeing the deal with you. Just try to have a little mercy, would you? Hey! Is there a maid around? Doesn't matter who. Oh, hi. How may I serve you, master? Is this the first time you show up in this chapter, actually? Okay, just waiting in the shadow, just watching the beauty of the billiards table move about. Get a single stack from the safe. Here's the key. It goes without saying, but don't touch anything else. Give the money to that man, as you're escorting him at the door. As you wish. Is all you needed? Yes, now get to it. Very well. Excuse me. Well. That's one look of a maid you got there. That she keeps her beauty up well after centuries, honestly. But there's something, I don't know, eerie, strange about her. Fancy that. We agree on something. How long has she been working here? Since time itself? Couldn't tell you. So her college came with the house. She's like a oh god, what? Oh no, I'm forgetting the name of that one. This one creature, honestly, like hobs. They're creatures that hide inside the house, honestly, and help clean the place up. They come with the house and territory itself, honestly. Which I think, honestly, that's what the house elves from Harry Potter are actually more based on. And J.K. Rowling literally just bungled exactly the execution of him showcasing that with the weird slavery bit, honestly, instead of him focusing the Hobbes fables and backstory of it. That would have been way better to put into the story. Is that the kind of woman you fancy? A gal you can't read will always be interesting. Mysterious. Is that so? If you can't tell what they're thinking, or where their mind is going to go, then it means they're always going to be just a mystery grab bag then. Fun to keep around. Let me mention it. How old is that woman? I suppose it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, Jacopo. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about. What is it this time? If it's more of your blather, I will shoot you dead where you stand. No need for threats. This one's about your better half. I don't think he considers her that. What about my wife? Well, to put it simply, yeah. She came to me asking for advice, looking a little distressed. wife asked you for advice. It means you're not pretty good as a husband, that role, honestly. I'm pretty sure if like that was a job title, you'd be fired long ago. Yep. From the sounds of it, you're pretty rough, little lady. That just ain't right, man. That just ain't right, man. You managed to snag yourself a broad that pretty? You gotta treat her at least a little better, you hear? She looks good with a smile. You gotta make her show it to you every once in a while. Why would she come to you about that? Don't ask me. Maybe she ain't got no one else to talk to. But, you know, for what it's worth, I am part of the same Koska. Guessing she thought I'd get through to you easier? Really, you just gotta put a little more thought into how you act around her, and she'll be smiling for you like always. Oh, yeah, I got just the thing. Women love this stuff. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. Is that perfume? Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. Big fan of the stuff, too. Smells great. Pretty girl smiles at you wearing some of this, and any man be in love in an instant. You've never given her nothing fashion before, have you? May look just like scented water, but you can't let that fool you. I swear to God, like the second he learns about any like beauty trends like other roses, he'll immediately just have an aneurysm, honestly. Go on, give it to her. You like a nice smelling lady too, don't ya? A little bit of scent can give a little different flavor to your nighttime excitement. Vanilla. Oh, it's vanilla scented. Ooh, nice. Ooh, nice. Nice. Oh, that's my piece. I'll be taking my leave. Well, Ma, do you have your money yet? From the maid. Don't want to keep your maid waiting too long, get on her bad side. Hold on, Tommaso. Why would she? Make it last. That's all the advice your Uncle Tommy has for you. Ciao. Wait, Tommaso! Bye. For some reason, I feel like we're not going to see him again. You're not going to change your ways. I could go after him. It'll be a simple task to catch him, grab him by the neck, make him tell me where he spoke with her and what she told him. Why? Why will my legs not move? Asking him for advice, fashionable perfume, her smile. She looks good with a smile. She'll be smiling for you like always. That can't be. She hardly ever smiles around me. But she'll smile for him? Last night, when she was short of breath, having such a grand time wearing that perfume, came ready to leave the house. Just who was that smile for? God damn it! Do you think I'll let you run free any longer? Yeah, I figured. You just doubled down even harder. You're not going to change at all. His eyebrows were furrowed, creating deep creases in his forehead. Several servants stood off to the side, watching their master attentively as he stomped past them down the corridor. However, no one said a word to him. Had he not been preoccupied attending to his countryman, I likely would have prevented it. The look on his face would have made it obvious something bad's about to happen. How far away is the safe in this mansion just for you to open the safe, pick up a stack, and just come right back? Okay, Jesus. Is it behind several hidden rooms and walls? Okay. So then that would only serve to further her misfortune. She was already in a less than ideal situation, and I was perched on the edge of a hill, soon begin rolling down into even worse territory. Jacopo, what's the matter? If you wanted to visit, you could have said something. Nothing coming without knocking. He's just gonna start screaming. Is that really necessary? Pardon? Yep. If there's something you so desperately want to keep from me that I must knock before entering, that I should have to let you know in advance that I'm coming? What are you saying that you would rather just step inside a bathroom without knocking to make sure there's anyone else inside there? Wow. Well, is there? You want to talk to him about my back, I'm told. What'd you tell him? You moaned to him about my behavior? That hurts. You told him I'm rough with you. You cried on his shoulder because I'm not nice enough? Well, she could probably do that now, honestly, after this whole exchange. Him, of all people. Wait, Jacopo, you're mistaken. Let me Silence. Not a word. Not a single godforsaken word. The only thing that comes out of your mouth is excuses, lies, and fabrication. You put on the sweet, innocent little girl act, but what's really going through your head? Maybe you should just rip that mask off your face. Stop, Jacopo. You look down on me. Your nobility. I'm just a nobody married into it. No, stop. Let go of me, please. When did it start? How long have you been seeing him? What? Oh my god. Who else have you been seeing? Covering yourself in fashionable perfume and smiling, even though you never smile around me? Please let me go. I could see in your eyes. You're just a worthless commoner. Why would you think that? Why will you not listen to me? Silence. It's all your fault. Every last thing. I tell you not to leave the house, but you do. I tell you to do as I say, but you ignore me. Okay, you were literally planning to go and like chase after him to ask those same questions to him, but no, you're just more compelled, just to come and scream at her, honestly. Yeah, I had no idea to take hold of that. You can literally go and ask Tommaso about it, and get it cleared up, or like, nah, I'm just gonna go stream my wife and just be a piece of shit. I have no idea how to take any of that. I tell you not to leave the house, but you do. I tell you to do as I say, but you ignore me. Every last thing you do drives me mad. I don't have time right now to deal with this. Turn my brain over you over a woman. Okay, do you want to be single or are you just not interested? I don't have time for it. Why do you not do as I say? Do you not have enough already? Huh? Will you not be satisfied until you've taken even my arms and legs? I've given you money, clothing, everything. You've an incredible life. Look around you. The life of luxury you and your parents wanted, it's right here. You have it. What more could you possibly want? Why do you insist on being unfaithful? Unfaithful? You think that what I'm doing is unfaithful to you? How else should I describe it? You leave your room just by ordering you not to. Don't think I don't know. When you come to the den the other day, you had your eyes on the other men. No, I did not. I had no such inclination. Just look everywhere in the room besides every single person in the room. Okay. Enough. Not another word from you. I had no interest in your excuses. That's how you're gonna act. Then say goodbye to your freedom. You're forbidden from leaving the mansion, or your room for that matter. What, it's like, you're just like her parent now, honestly, all this? What the fuck? Or even speaking to the servants. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make you a new room. Too many people come in and out of this one. What, you're gonna make a whole bricked up room? Oh my fucking god. It'll be somewhere quieter, out of the way. You like the garden, how do I put it there? Make a goddamn solitary confinement well down there? If you leave that room without my permission, this time, I'll kill you. Why will you not listen to me? Jacopo, the master of the house, likely loved the white-haired girl. I don't believe that for a single second. That is what I saw in their exchange. Normally, love is supposed to be a sweet, warm, wonderful emotion. That's just obsessive then, if that's what this is. Yeah, you're not allowed to talk to anyone else, isolationist, It makes you care for, value that person even more than yourself. You're trying to romanticize this, but I'm not going to buy a single second of it. The exact opposite for him. Never knew that love could be such a painful thing. How does love end up so twisted? What did he expect to happen by confining and abusing the woman he loved? Perhaps he was conscious of that. To be human is to sometimes find oneself driven by uncontrollable internal impulses. A few days later, Jacopo dragged the white-haired girl from her chamber and led her outside. The garden she had once loved was now a thing of the past. It had become a dreary space, nary a rose in sight, and being taken there did nothing to improve her mood, only saddened her further. The cold, gray piles of metal freckling the barren earth seemed to mock her. Her husband led her, the lady of the house, to a shed that had been repurposed into a Spartan living area. She begged and pleaded, but Jacopo would not have it. He shoved her into the sad little shack and locked the door. Yeah, I don't know what he's expecting, honestly. After all is said and done. Eh. I bet Maria's gonna like try to find where she is honestly at some point, and then oh god, what if Maria like then like tries to bring and talk about this all to Jacopo at one point, and then she puts her also in the shack as well, or how how do things end up this way? Why? I wanted was to go back to the way things used to be, for us to be able to smile around each other. It had been several days since Jacopo locked her in the shed. Their day-to-day life was only growing more arduous. She was under constant surveillance. The door was only unlocked to deliver her meals, 3 times a day. Despite what an unfortunate situation their employer's wife found herself in, the maids chattered and gossiped and giggled freely. Not even the shadows at her presence. The tactless young maid servants whispered directly to the white-haired girl when they brought her meals. "Look at you, madame, caged away like cattle." I could almost hear the sound of cracks forming in her heart. I imagined she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. She had done nothing wrong, and yet she was forced to live this life of insults and mockery. Of ridicule. The only reason her tenuously held together spirit did not completely shatter was because she still had her one and only ally. She, like, Marie just kept giving her meals and, like, talked to her, honestly, every time she had a break. The maid Maria volunteered to tend to the white-haired girl. Marie took over the duty of delivering her 3 meals, meaning the other maids stopped coming by. And that relieved the white-haired girl's mental and emotional stress considerably. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. So it's not even Jacopo is literally just him coming in and like him talking to her, like him like even like making a show of like being that. Like I don't understand how that's technically even love. It's like this is way beyond just not even just the sense of like, oh, I love you, so I'm putting you in this whole place obsession and all that. I don't even think there's even twisted form of love at any point, honestly. That does not line up at all. At all. Like, this is just something else entirely. I don't care how the story frames it as it. This is not love. Twisted, bad, horrible, good, divine, whatever you want to call it. It's not. It's not at all. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. She did not leave as soon as meals were finished, instead remaining in the shed with the white-haired girl for some time. Yeah, after all these days and weeks had gone by, I'm assuming like she decided against like telling Jacopo about the whole ballroom thing, or yeah, like that definitely didn't like pan out so well. So, madame, how about a funny story? I felt up pretty hard the other day. You wanna hear about that? So a couple days back, I didn't get enough sleep the previous night, right? I'm helping out in the kitchen, half awake, planning up some food. When I go to bring it out to the guest, my heart about leaps out of my mouth. Guess why? What I thought was a plate was actually an ashtray. Man, I was sweating like a pig. How? You thought like something that small was a plate? Okay. The guests didn't seem to notice, but the other maids were pale as ghosts the entire time. Just about everyone had themselves a case of the vapors. I got quite the tongue lashing at cleanup. Pretty funny, huh? Oh, did you? Sounds like it was a pretty bad day. Well, yeah. Hey, madame? I know there's not much point telling you to cheer up right now, but I'm sure he won't keep you locked up forever. He's just a bit crabby for now. We're way past just that. It'll be alright. Although, I guess this is a bit drastic for a temper tantrum. This is beyond that. I'm sorry, madame. If only I pushed him a bit harder, if only I had a little more influence, he might not be in this situation. I thought I could be of some help, but I guess I'm not doing a great job of that. Of course not, Maria. You absolutely are. Just your being here takes a great weight off my shoulders. Still, though, I feel so worthless. Just because I'm a maid, I can't see you free. It's okay. I'm used to being imprisoned. What the fuck? Even before you married to this guy? What the fuck? What do you mean you're used to it? I never locked your door before. Oh, you're right. Not sure why, but I feel as though I've been in a similar predicament before, lacking freedom and contact with others for a long stretch of time. Well, that's not in your lifetime, though. That's someone else's lifetime. The same white hair and the red eyes, but it's definitely not you, technically speaking. I'm sure it's simply the exhaustion getting to you, madame. No one should ever be used to living like this. Yes, I agree. And I pray things go back to the way they were soon. Has getting mad at him never crossed your mind? Getting mad? Yeah, you know, when he yells, you yell back, let him know he's in the wrong. Never considered doing that? I guess you're not one to get angry, madame. Yeah, but I would say, like, give that a try at one point. Like, honestly, like... like, what else can you really do besides just wait and just waste away here? What else is there even really else to do? Like... it's better to, like, have that and, like, lash out and, like, like, if, like, it's a whole thing of just, like, I have no idea how, like... it's just, there's no clean way, honestly, to get out of here. Might as well just do everything in your power, honestly. It'd probably, like, get down to the point that either way, like, probably the sound of it, like, the maid, just other maids, honestly, like... if he's being completely, like, sincere that he literally will threaten to kill her, and she doesn't have a way to get out, their maids either would be, like, just, like, threatened or surprised, like, they're fine bullying her now just because, like, I don't know, just, like, thinking nobility was another thing entirely when someone actually dies then, all the other maids would be walking in eggshells, and either, like, if they see it happen or hear it happen, they either find some way to, call the police, or literally, if they, like, literally decide to, keep it a secret, it's just gonna make it worse, even after you're gone. Honestly. It'll just make things worse if nothing is done at all. Even if, like, doesn't really... you don't really seem like you want to stay like this. It's not gonna be good for anyone. Which would mean you're better fit for the Holy Mother than me. Oh no. I do sometimes want to get angry. To tell the truth, almost always going through my mind now. If I did raise my voice, perhaps he would listen to what I had to say. But when I'm standing there in front of him, and he starts shouting at me, I freeze up and end up not saying a word. I'm just such a pitiful woman. Everything about me. When you speak up Mo's to stand up for myself, I cannot. It's a different thing entirely when you're facing the person who's literally attacking you and harassing you, honestly. It's a different thing entirely. Okay? Like, fault yourself for that, honestly. No, don't look so down. That's not a bad thing. It just got you in a little bit of pickle right now. But I'll clear everything up with him, you hear me? You're gonna find some way to get through to him. Yeah, good luck with that. In my mind, your modesty is a virtue. And the more I think about it, I can't even imagine you screaming. I like you better the way you are. Reserved and ladylike. You can leave all the yelling to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, madame. Were you able to clear up his confusion about the night when we were dancing? Oh, about that. Sorry, just wouldn't hear it. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't. I see. But I'm not throwing the towel. I'll keep trying, as long as it takes. So... say, Maria, could I perhaps ask another favor? Yeah, sure, let me have it. I would like to write him a letter. A strongly worded letter. Okay. A letter to someone who lives in the same house? Yes. As things stand, I cannot simply go visit him on a whim, and I feel as though it can calmly express on paper things I'm unable to say to him face to face. I suspect I might have more luck that way. I also believe he'd be more likely to maintain his composure reading my thoughts in a letter than hearing them from my mouth. If it's to Jacopo, again, no, completely doubt it. I'm all for, like, giving the benefit of the doubt for some people, but, like, honestly, at this point, he's already crossed the line several times, honestly, so, I don't even bother. Like, even if he suddenly just swapped on a dime right now, I would probably be as still walking eggshells the rest of my life around him. It'd probably be years if I was in the same position. With it, I can clear up all the confusion and things can go back to the way they were. A letter, huh? Interesting. I'll write that letter, which I would like you to deliver to him. May I ask that of you? Absolutely, not a problem. Thank you, Maria. You're the only person I can count on, and I mean that. Which means something bad's gonna happen to her, honestly. Oh, now you feel guilty, you sick bastard. Why? How'd this happen? Oh, I'll tell you one thing for sure, you did it. There's no other way to put it, you did it. Why would she betray me? How do you know that she did that? Besides just someone just saying, talking to her? Okay. Alright. I want to give her a decently happy life. Decently! Didn't want to get violent with her. Want. When I saw her face and I heard what she had to say, I couldn't restrain myself. I don't know, then just don't be with her. Is it that hard? I guess what it comes down to is that no matter how you dress it up, I'm still a Berzotti. A Berzotti? What even does that mean here? There was never any way for this bloodline to give that girl happiness. God damn it. I'm not fretting over this nonsense. And I'm supposed to be the future head? Oh wow, the great lovely times we all shared. Yes, our love was all an illusion. An illusion? But they're dancing. They really are. They look like they're having a wonderful time. Are you sure it's an illusion and not something else? To me, it does not seem to be. I cannot see as anything but two tiny people dancing. That's how it works. Reach out your hand and try to grab them. You won't be able to. Oh, you're right. That's a shame. I didn't think you actually would. But it's the most precious thing. They look as though they're dancing atop my palm. It's most frightening how much innocence rests within those hands. Except they've been completely cut off from all the world's filth. My hands were soaked in blood. Okay, you're kind of shooting those stains over to her, honestly, by how you're acting, so yeah, stop. If for the bringing her into my world may taint her. And this is better. I don't care. I don't care about you at all. No matter how you frame it, I don't care. Am I capable of protecting this woman's purity? No. And oh. And yet as I watched her so joyously playing, I felt as though I had gone close to her. No. I was the one being a child that day. Jacopo, it's me, Maria, and immediately all that self-instruction goes out the window when the conversation comes up. Is it alright if I come in? Maria. It's fine. Come in. Alrighty. Come at me surprised. I didn't think you let me in. Have I ever denied you access to my room? That more sounds like you than would just be the one who's unfaithful then if everything that we hear about then so far. Nope, but you've been looking pretty glum lately. Never exactly been a cheery man. But true enough. I know you told me all before not to talk about your wife, but I'm gonna stick my nose where it doesn't belong today. Immediately mood down. There's been a lot of chatter among the maids lately about you getting rough with her. You get the poor thing locked up in a shed outside. Not leaving the best impression on anyone. You here to box my ears? I don't know. 50-50? The other half is, I'm concerned about you. I don't feel concerned about him at all. I know you're not the kind of man to threaten someone with a good reason. You're not. I thought you were friends with her. I am. It hurts seeing her in so much pain. And why has it not changed the way you act around me? How think you'd be scorning me with the rest of the maids? Scorning me with the rest of the what? Are the maids really just playing back and forth, honestly, against like both sides? What? No, are you literally fucking just like have this fucking deranged mindset that everyone's out to get you? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I see it is. You don't trust me. And we've known each other for so long. Oh, the irony. This isn't a question of whose side I'm on. You're in pain too, I can see that. You always bottle things up, keep them hidden. You're too proud to rely on others. But you should probably vent to someone before it reaches the point where you no longer can. Say, Jacopo, do you remember the promise you made a while back? How far back? Back when you were still shorter than me. Shorter? How long have you two known each other? Okay, wow. You were 14 and I was 12. I had to leave town, but you came to see me off. So you both came from the same hometown? Because it only was recently that he arrived here, wasn't it? Okay. Quite frankly, I didn't think you'd come. How surprised, even if I didn't show it. Yeah, talking about the glory days, so you can just goddamn mind. Jacopo? Where's your dad? Or are you here alone? He didn't even tell me. Ah. There's no reason to leave town. My old man says that Caminellas have more power. I should be the one leaving. It's not that simple. Grown-ups have a lot to consider. So don't give me that look, Jacopo. We were kids, but we both kind of started to catch on to the situation with our families. The bonds that land held on us. Okay. Although we didn't know any of the details at the time. My grandpa owned all I can't even say the word land, sorry. My grandpa owned all the land the city was built on, but was a very conservative man. He didn't even try to spread his influence. He did often to fortify what he already had. I don't know exactly when it first started. Organizations were used to administrate cities. When we were kids, my dad was the Famiglia. My grandpa was his consigliere? Okay, we're suddenly swapped over to, I'm assuming Jacopo's point of view. I thought we were still in Maria's, honestly. But just because he was an advisor doesn't mean he was powerless. My dad made the decisions. My grandpa was the only one who allowed to fight him on them. Your father was a Camodicinia that stood under my dad. He wasn't especially happy about that. My parents quarreling doesn't affect their kids. Or at least, that's what I thought at the time. And what you probably thought too. But there's still a chance we could be caught in the crossfire. My dad decided to send me and my mom away. Off the island and to the north were some prosperous areas. So by sending us there, we could live our lives clean, regardless of where we came from. There's no changing what's in your blood, though. You could have told me too. We're planning on leaving without saying anything. No, it's just all decided so quickly. Why do you sound so accepting? Adults have a lot to consider. You bet they do. But you could at least let them know you're opposed to it, Maria. But no, your tail went straight between your legs as soon as you were told. You just gave up and accepted it straight away. I thought you were better than that. Oh, the parallels. You think I don't know that? I'll just be my dad's way if I stay. I'm a kid, a girl. I'll be of any help if something happened. I don't want to need someone to protect me. Never once thought of you as a girl. Hey, now that's mean. Oh, geez, thanks, Jacopo. Now you're getting me all mushy, too. If anyone should be sad here, it's me. I'm not sad. Oh, really? You sure you're not actually torn that I won't be around anymore? You're a huge crybaby to all, Jacopino. Jacopino? Oh no, the Jacopino, god damn it. Hey, when I've ever cried, don't call me that. I made you mad. Short fuses ever, I see. You gotta learn to keep your head. You're a man, an heir to the Berzatti family. Don't you lecture me. Like, it never clicked until, like, probably around here. Like, his full name would just be Jacopo Berzatti, then? So pig-headed. You could at least listen to me this once before I'm gone forever and ever. But, like, so they definitely knew each other before. Like, does it mean they literally just, like, met up after Jacopo came to, I guess, America, honestly? And then got together with a girl, and then, like, they both met up again? And he hired her to be his maid around? Okay. Like, what did she do, like, in, like, I guess America before then? Or did she just go somewhere else in Europe and bounce around, then went to America, honestly? Hey, Maria? Got a little time to spare? Yeah, sure, but not much. The train's leaving right now. You can hear the whistle going off in the distance already. I need a run to make it on. The carriage is gonna be here soon. Do you have enough for a trip to the hill and back? Yeah, I should have time for that. Time for that? Oh. Because of our families, we weren't really able to get along with the other kids in the city, so we played a lot up on the top of the hill. It became kind of like our secret little lair. It was an abandoned house up there. I guess an old farmhouse or something? And kids love that sort of thing, you know? We've called it Casa Nostra, our home, and we pretended it was actually ours. Just play a weird version of house, honestly. We drew circles on the wall and chalk and used it for target practice. We brought up a pail of straw and used it to make makeshift beds. When either of us got into fights with our parents, we'd stay the night here instead of home. In retrospect, I'm sure they knew where we were going and just let us do our thing. Yeah, most likely. Oh yeah, there was this one time we were playing and a huge storm rolled in, trapping us all up in there. And the whole place got flooded and you were stuck there for weeks, months, and days. The wind wasn't just howling, it was screaming bloody murder. It was blowing so hard I thought the house might fly away. As I recall, you were crying that night. Hey Nero, you came to see me up too? Aw, there you go wagging your little tail with a dumb look in your face. You have no idea what's going on, do you? We're never gonna see each other again, doggy. It wasn't just the two of us who made Casa Nostra our home base, though. There was one more. A stray black dog. He, like, adopted it all. I'm pretty sure it didn't have actually black fur, though, and it was just really, really dirty. Well, then give it a bath, then, if it was so. Of course it doesn't. He's a stupid animal. How don't talk about him like that? He's one of us. One of us. One of us. In the trio. All underneath the Casa Nostra household. What are you planning to do about Nero? Just leave him behind? What's something else I can do? Sneak him into luggage to take him with you. Can't bring a dog in the carriage. Besides, you're here, so it'll be fine. You take care of Nero, alright? He doesn't like me. The only one who can take care of him. Maybe so, but I'm not coming back. He'll starve to death if you don't figure something out. He's a puny runt. I doubt he could win a fight for scraps. Come on, do it for me. Please. You said you won't be coming back. Did you mean that? Are you absolutely never returning to this town? Yep. Wait, that's literally what this all is, honestly. Wait, are you literally kidding me? Like, is that the only one of the reasons you decided to leave to go to like America? Honestly, leave the town. Honestly, another reason. Mostly just to try to find her again, and he did. There's no telling what may or may not happen, so it's best not to get your hopes up. Better than that than the pain of getting let down. Well, I turned into quite the cynic, huh? It's better to be a bit realistic. Maybe if I'd been born into a more normal family, I'd be in my room in a pile of dolls right about now, my head in the clouds. I can't imagine you doing that. Do I think that's normal? Well said. Well, hey, stop that, Nero! The dog's attacking. Quit licking me! That tickles and you reek! But again, bath. Get all the dirt and soot out of it. And you find out he's not a black dog. He's literally just the most rarest type of dog breed ever. The finest coat. Maria? What is it? Come back. No. I don't care if you don't know when I'll be. Just don't say you'll never return. No one knows how things are going to end up. Well, I won't come back to this town doesn't mean I won't return to you. Maybe my old man will gain more power, but maybe yours will. Or things continue as they are, and I'll be your old man. It's literally just a whole bunch of like gangs living in this neighborhood, and the kids, I guess, like have to get through it all over again. It's basically Romeo and Juliet, but friendship edition. And in the line, I will work in service of the Cabanella family. That's just fine by me. But even if that's in the future lies ahead, I promise to make a place for you. So, Maria? Question. Do you have a crush on me? What? Kidding, I'm just kidding. No need for a conniption fit. I'm just playing around. Here I am trying to have a serious conversation and you... Listen to me. I don't have any of those. You know, those kinds of feelings for you. What is love? Love is a sickening feeling. Ugh, who would ever want those? Ugh. I feel like you would just get sick the second you count them. I consider you a lifelong friend, my one and only friend. That's why I can't see you off, and that's why I'm telling you this now. Whether you're a girl or boy is irrelevant. Friendship might last much longer than something so fanciful as romance, am I wrong? So how about Bryce's friendship that turns into romance? Does that immediately then become untrue? Don't laugh, damn it! It's humiliating! Well, it should be. You need to be taken down a peg more. I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing because I agree entirely. Well, yeah, we've always been the same page, Jacopo. Maybe we did fight a lot, but there wasn't one we didn't get through. No one else understood just how lonely it was, wearing a mask for all the other kids, trying to fit into their happy little circle. We couldn't afford to be found out after all. They couldn't find out who our families were. Neither of us had any real allies. Well, except for each other, of course. Nope. Well, I'm glad I got the chance to play with you. Hadn't been there, I probably hadn't have bothered caring for Nero either. It was too funny watching him chase you around. You're a sick girl, Maria. He's been chased ever since Nero's been added to the family. He's been scared of dogs ever since. He's just barely keeping together right now with Nero right here. So hey, Jacopo, this place will still be Casa Nostra even after I leave, right? Oh my god. I just now only just saw it now. Was that literally this fucking like shack, honestly? Is that meant to be like some weird simulation of that place? Oh my good fucking god. You won't do anything to it, will you? Of course not. This is our home. Our one true home. That was always the plan. Right. Thanks. You know, you being all nice is kind of creepy, Jacopo. It's not going to start snowing, is it? It's going to be a miracle on Earth the very second he does, honestly. How rude. Well, if you're going to be like that, I'm not sure what I want to... I'm not sure I want to give it to you. Ooh, give me what? Huh? A present? You should have said so sooner. Give me now! You don't have a short attack, do you? Well, what's it matter now? Come on, what do you bring? Let me have it, soldier. Salute. Oh, Maria. Consider this a temporary parting gift. You better give it back to me when we next see each other. You've been wanting one of these for a while. Ooh, is that a cartridge? From the Cult Navy? Cult Navy cartridge. No way, did you swipe it? I'll probably catch hell for it too. Wow, this is amazing. I always want to get my hands on the real thing. It's from the one hanging up in your house, isn't it? The one your dad was bragging about. They start selling them this year. Oh, and it's ridiculously hard to get your hands on one. Oh, or so I hear. Man, Guns in the New World or something else, alright. Oh, you got a, like, did you get a magazine clip or just give her an actual gun? Ah, just imagine the moment the hammer comes crashing down the back of the sends chills down my spine. Okay, it is. Well, glad to know that Maria has a gun on hand. Please use it against a certain someone else in the present if things go more terribly. Instead, please. Please. Are you sure you're a girl going crazy over a bullet cartridge? What's the big deal? I like what I like. You'll get in trouble if you don't put this back, though, won't you? Ah, don't worry. I'll turn it when you return. Centuries later. I won't tell anyone I gave it to you. Okay. Well, I get to take you up on that then. Thanks, Jacopo. He'll be my treasure. This goes without saying, but don't you lose it. Give it to you as a symbol of our friendship. No matter how far apart we may be, or how much time may pass, or how things play out with our families, we will always be friends. That cartridge symbolizes that promise. It's a promise, Jacopo. Our families may outwardly hate each other, but I'll always be your friend. Always be on your side. And don't you ever go back in those words. Well, unless you go insane later on in life. I swear upon this glorious cartridge, this historic land, and the names of my ancestors, I shall not make myself a liar. I trust you, Maria. We'll meet again. Maybe many years from now, but that won't change a thing. Our friendship will never fade. Ugh. Well, at least that explains why Maria wants to play big meat eater, childhood friend, and someone that a newly made a friend. Honestly, ship. What? God, you were adorable back then. In short, to boot. You were way shorter, like a tiny little bun. But now you've hardened so much. I was flabbergasted when I next saw you. Dressed all fancy from head to toe. You become quite the smug little bastard, I thought. You sure weren't that little kid anymore. You have quite the memory. Perfectionists. Well, yeah, I don't forget my promises. I never forget I said I'd always be on your side. The question is, did you remember? No. I did. Remember what you said that day. As I said, I left Castra Nostra as it was. Though it is quite some distance away now. I imagine if we went back and did a little work on it, we could have it looking just like old times. And Nero? He, about a year after you left, he suddenly disappeared. That's one promise broken already! And just for the record, I did take care of him, and you told me to. I'm guessing you got in a fight with another stray or something. I searched, but could never find him. Oh, well, it has been more than a decade. I already imagine, like, if that didn't happen anyway, like, even if you, like, the dog lived a full life, Nero would probably die before him, coming here, honestly. Not everything's gonna be exactly the same. You did, however, haven't changed a bit from the girl you were all those years ago. Neither have you. Sure, you seem different on the outside, but at your core, I believe you haven't changed at all. Still the same old Giapacchino. Giapacchino. Could you not call me that? Dunkachino. God damn it. I have changed quite a bit like you. I'm well aware of it. Yeah, more hardened, and I would say not even probably going more a bit far away from human. We're still going the whole thing about the beast and human metaphor from the last story. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're slowly veering towards away from it. Say, Jacopo, do you consider me supportive? Of everything you could have said, of course you are. You're constantly supporting me, past and present. You're proof of the existence of the kind of friendship that can transcend gender, blood, and any other such distinctions. Okay? You know, it's honestly kind of bizarre seeing you without a stick up your ass. Wow, harsh words. Honestly, this thing you dude, that's literally just, yeah, no, even harsher. Come on, now, hear me out. You must be blushing there. Anyway, before you put that stick back up in there, tell me something. Am I still your only ally? You are. Of everyone in the mansion, I'm the only one? Yes. She would at least have a little more... The madame? Didn't actually intend to treat her like that. And actually intend, but every single time you're like, did I really have to be like that? Just leave her inside the little shack in the garden for who knows how long at this point? Yeah, you definitely didn't actually intend. Believe me, Jacopo, I know. I mean, from a girl's perspective, what you did is pretty awful. I would say from other perspectives is not even just awful. But hey, I'm not a girl, according to you anyway. So what are you, like, we already got the different, well, it's not man or woman genders anymore. It's now, just man, beast, and investor. So what is the fourth one now? What's the fourth one now? I will always be on your side, no matter what. God, I feel as though I'm being consoled. That's what I was going for. I should never open up to you. Yeah. Hey, now's probably the best time to bring this up, but... Get out of the shed, please! I have a letter. A letter? Written by the madame. Here. A letter? My wife? Let me see it. What the hell am I reading? I was considering keeping a secret, but having seen it, I thought hiding it from you might only hurt you more, so I thought it was best to show you. Who is this? Who's this letter for? Is it, but no, that can't. Oh, yay. Like, is she talking about me, how heartless I am, or like I'm all that? No, it can't be for anyone else. Had to be someone else, not me. Good God. I love you? Who's she writing to? I don't know this man. Take a deep breath, Jacopo, and listen to me. What? The madam is having an affair. Oh my fucking God. Wow, fuck off. It'd be another thing if that was true, honestly, but like even after hearing all this, I think that's way better. And if this honestly is just like I can only interpret this as Marie just betraying, honestly. The white-haired woman, honestly. But like when she was talking about writing the letter, honestly, why just say completely without using any names, honestly? But then the exact same... Oh my fucking God. Are you fucking kidding me? I haven't changed a bit. You seriously believe that? I got news for you, pal. Anyone who acts exactly the same as they did in the past is doing just that. Acting. Much like I do around you. Oh, hi. How friendship will never change? Yeah, okay, you're just, turned full villain mode, Okay, then. Wow, just, like, absolutely fuck off, yay. Like, just the absolute change, honestly, just, so literally every maid, like, just hates, like, the white-haired woman, honestly, and nothing else? Okay. Okay, then. Wow. Now friendship will never change? What a fucking joke. You picked the wrong girl to put your trust in. And they call you astute. Can you taste the fucking irony? Well, that just makes things easier for me. But my God, it's suffocating playing the good girl. That's a really cheerful little ray of sunshine, Maria. Sickening. On the other hand, the payoff is fantastic. I can't stop. God, watching him lose his cool is incredible. My side just hurts thinking about it. You're saying you're telling me she wrote this? Okay, then. It's literally just that. Then my only thing is, like, What would she even get out of this, honestly? Even the whole thing of, like, finding out about him, their children of a mob boss. Oh, like, he's slowly becoming a new head. Okay, that makes more sense, honestly. I guess this is actually, it's more effective and actually hurts more than well, I guess it's personally hurtful than the last two, honestly. Last two were just mostly just, shocking of, like, how things turned out. But this one it just hurts. It just fucking hurts. Blackened heart. You're telling me she wrote this? Who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting. I guess it makes sense also we never see them, but like actually like, we never see Maria actually talk about them, but damn, like out, like any other way. The only time we've seen them talk, honestly, is mostly just showcasing, like almost in a sense of her teasing him, honestly, nothing else. Does that just mean that what was it, she was just playing up that act even as a kid, or legitimately just like she was always playing this even as when like back then she was always this way but pretending to be that way around him? Who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting. Why much she could do to betray me? Has she not taken enough already? Just could she possibly want from me? I told her to stay away from my gatherings. I had the rose garden torn down. Yet still she finds other men. She warned her. I told her it wouldn't happen again. She betrayed me more time. I'd kill her. Jacopo? Have my way, Maria. I have to talk to her. Ask what this letter's about. Who this man is. Now she answers. Hold on, Jacopo. Calm down. Silence. I'm supposed to stay calm right now. Okay. It's going into this. Last time he was about to like actually go and talk to him, that man, honestly, talking about what happened, honestly, like how she talked to him and honestly all that, and didn't now he's going to actually like talk to her about this and clear it up, but she's gonna stop that. Does that mean literally he only grew anger of everything that's happening with her just because of Maria and nothing else? But then okay, he trusts her that much, is completely blind to it. Okay, then wow. I still hate his fucking guts still, though. Listen to me. Relax. You try to talk to her right now and you're not gonna get anywhere. You're aware of just how frenzied you are, aren't you? Besides, do you think she's gonna tell you the truth even if you do manage to ask? Of course not. She may look all prim and proper, that's not the real her. I don't think she's a bad person, but... not a bad person. The one who wrote this letter, to another man. She crossed the line, you hear me? I agree with you there. She's gone too far with this letter. Remember, she's your wife and the daughter of a noble. You know exactly what happened if you lose control of yourself and do something to her. I'm trying to think, like, even if, like, this is the whole thing where, like, she's trying to do as much damage as possible, and, oh my god. Are you oh my god, I'm trying to think of like how the whole situation had come across. Like, did the white-haired girl literally just phrase this letter out as a sort of thing of like trying to phrase this out as like I'm talking to someone else entirely, honestly, and no one else? Like, I'm trying to imagine how she would write this letter to like come to the conclusion that how Maria could use this even as a way of like using it as it was an affair type thing. I'm wondering a bit as well. It's like a bit of almost fall on all sides. Like, I'm wondering exactly how she even wrote this letter to me be construed as that, too. It's not gonna look good for you. She may be nobility, but I have the Koska. But didn't you just say you don't even care about that for a bit and only just started caring about it recently? What? Okay. We may have our own way of taking care of these kinds of problems. Still, it's as plain as day, only make a bigger mess. No one else knows about this yet. Are you telling me to act like nothing's happening? When she so blatantly disrespects me? Jacopo, could you let me take care of it? I'm friends with Madame, you know that. She listened to me, so make sure it gets through to her. Just how much you care about her. Couldn't ask you, it would be disgraceful. It's not to be ashamed of. I tell you, on your side, and you're on mine. Okay, so she's playing on both ends, okay. Wow. Preying on the... It's so many weaknesses, honestly, all that. It's like everyone's fault. Mostly on Maria's, but still, Jesus Christ. Ugh. We're together. You can ask me things you couldn't ask others to do. I have tight lips. Anything you ask, I'll keep apps into wraps. I'm wondering now, actually, too, if, like, the maids that are, like, gossiping around, like, the white-haired girl, like, did Maria spread those gossip around and only plays up that act around her? That makes, a lot. Damn it. You're right. Yes, you're right. I'm well aware that I always lose myself in her presence. If I try talking to her now, I probably will do something rash, yes. Probably. I'll make sure everything works out, got it? Then Madame can go back to the way things used to be. She doesn't have to suffer anymore. I'll take care of it. Anyone who understands your pain. Anyone who can help you out of it. Maria. I want to make the face, Jacopino. Thank you, Maria. Please let her know. Even if she is seeing other men, she does suddenly mock me for not being in noble blood. That I still love her. I don't want to raise my hand against her. You love her? That's a riot. You're too busy chasing your stacks of paper, honestly. You don't have what it takes to truly love a woman. I will say, though, I'm surprised you lost your head that badly. Quite a little crush you got on her. I wonder if she just literally just seeing inside her head for this, or she's just talking to herself, ranting and raving, honestly, back in her room. Probably that, honestly. She's been keeping up this act for years, honestly. She needs some outlet, so talking to yourself is probably the next best thing. Okay. You could just sit down and talk to her like a rational human being, and presto, all your problems will be solved. You can't even manage that. That's why you're in this predicament. Once you're convinced of something, Jacopo, you never let go of it. And she's too timid to speak up for herself. Sorry, madame. I got nothing against you. I just didn't expect things to go quite this well. Were you planning to, like, ruin, like, his, like, chance of becoming the head of, like, the other family, honestly? For all that? Like, if you were meant to be like him, you were pushed together to be friends, honestly, as kids, honestly, like, just because that, just to get close together, and then just ruin, like his chance, honestly, of becoming, I guess, the head next time, then I guess. But then you left for a couple years, maybe be in training, or like get experience elsewhere, or whatever. I still don't understand that part. And then met up together, like, in your, I guess, plan your family to, I guess, like, be a bigger, I guess, mob boss, I guess, for organizations, I guess. But, like, is that what you're planning to do? Like, both, like, I don't see how ruining the relationship, I guess, first ruins that. I guess ruins reputation a tiny bit, but, like, I don't get the next part of, like, what are you planning to do after this relationship is ruined with the white-haired woman then? What happens then? I'm mostly just weirded out and don't know how to think about that next part in your plan at all. This is stopping now. Not when I got this much momentum. Also, watching a pretty girl like you break down gives me goosebumps. You're still convinced I'm the only person you can trust. Well, I definitely play a good act, honestly, I'll give you that. How did he react to the letter? Well, yeah, about that. Did he not take it? Oh, no, he took it. He just, don't feel too bad about this, madame. He said he's too busy with work, and tossed the letter aside. I told him to make sure he writes you apply. He hasn't gotten around to it all. I see. That's a shame. Oh, also I've forgotten the whole thing about him. Oh, holy shit, I forgot, like, he, like, what was it? As a kid, he gave a gun to her. And, like, I don't know if, like, I've only seen, like, one or two other movies, like, involving it, but I'm wondering if, like, maybe the gun was showing, I guess, as, like, a case of loyalty as well. like like a gangster organization, honestly. I wonder if she could probably use that, not even as like a weapon to use against anyone else, but just as a way to prove that she's loyal to the group and like break it from the inside and stuff like that. That's a shame. She's actually a really well-written villain, honestly. I'll give her that much. I'm just trying to figure out the other parts of the plan, which are mostly we're just only finding out about like this side of her now. So like a lot of different things, maybe like we're probably gonna see a lot more get carried out later. But oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out where she can go from there. Then it kills me to see like this, madame. I don't get why he has to be so heartless. But I've been taking a little bit of time on his day to read the letter you poured your soul into writing. It's unacceptable. I'm sure he really is busy. He did not throw it away, though, did he? Imagine he means to read it when he has more time. Madame, after everything's done to you, do you still think he means well? I have faith. His timing is poor, that's all. Believe in him. I believe that day will come when he gives me his attention again, as he did before. Madame. So, can I ask you to believe with me, Maria? To have faith that he will once more show me his love? And that mine will reach him? Something tells me that it will all work out if you pray for it. Yeah, okay, if you're fine with me praying, I'll pray. My prayers will override yours and apparently go and contradict each other and just cancel each other out. I'll get to my knees for you, madame. I'll have faith. Thank you. I'd like to write another letter. It was complete. Can I ask you to deliver it to him? I'll give him as many as you want. As many as it takes for you to get through to him. So, as again, as literally as possible, did you write your own letters, honestly? Like, if, like, she didn't write in the way to, like, propose, like, an affair, did you either write all that yourself? Like, counterfeit and just do all that? That's a lot of work, honestly. Okay, wow. And since Lily don't talk to each other, what's it because of, like, years or, like, who knows how long if Maria, honestly, am, interfering with the relationship, then, wow. You really ought to learn not to be so trusting, madame. Take a real close look. You'll see exactly who it was that ground your happy little life into dust. Thank you, Maria. I'm the reincarnation of the Mother of God. Oh God, I can't hold back the laughter. It's the stage of my own creation. You didn't have enough actors, so the playwright had to take on a role herself. That only adds to the excitement. Yes, this is all my masterpiece. I mean, if like, if they like, if only after. I'm wondering how, like, did the maids actually not like the white-haired woman even before she came? That'd be another thing entirely. We don't know anything about her employment, but any spontaneous with that would be very much interesting as well. Of how probably far back she planned all of this ahead of time. Like, you're just ignorant puppets dancing to my tune. The first shot to the last, blind to whose finger's sitting in the trigger. Listen to me, Jacopo. Try to keep your head. I saw the madame meeting with another man behind your back. You know the arch in the rose garden? The far side's out of sight from the mansion, making a perfect place to hide. I saw her back there. Looks of it, the madame is having her meetings. Although the man comes to your business gatherings. But they don't act like they're just friends. Oh, wow. Just to be clear, I don't have any solid proof. So it'd be best if you didn't mention this to her yet. You don't want to start throwing around accusations only to find out too late it was all a big misunderstanding. I'll get the bottom of it, so you... I think the madame might have her eyes on several men. Being a woman, you know, I can tell these things. Yeah, okay, that's a whole thing. It's like layered lies, okay. Yeah, okay, wow, okay, this is interesting. Ooh. Just giving these suggestive looks. But to whom? I can't pinpoint. A lot of people come in and out of this house, they're all. What? You want to keep her from leaving her room? That might be for the best. But something's going so well, it makes me think even God's on my side. I guess the first tale is honestly, like, she's not, like, going against him, she wasn't saying, everything about the house and the shed was, that bad. You know, I hate her at the same time, like, I can't help but respect her for how well she's manipulating everything so well, honestly. I just can't be that mad, but like, oh boy. With so much going so well, it makes me think even God's on my side. They could just talk it over with one another. But they won't, and they're in deeper and deeper shit for it. You're the only one I can trust, Maria. The timing that night, oh my god, it was perfect. Hey, Jacopo? I could just be misreading her, but something seems off with Madame. Like, she's been an edge about or something. I tried to egg her into revealing what's going on, and she let slip that she might be going out somewhere tonight. She's not going with you, is she? You're going out to survey a construction site today, right? Then I suggest you get that taken care of quickly. Dance? This time of night? Yep, and since it's so late, no loud music. I guess a little whistling courtesy of me. But this room is too small for... We'll use the Great Hall. Will that put us in everyone else's way? You'll probably complain about the noise, too. No need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory something today. Daddy's got a meeting, so he'll stay the night elsewhere. I thought you would not be back until tomorrow. Man, how would you know that? No, forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you? No? What would I possibly want you at the house for? I'm sure you know better than anyone. What? What does that smell? Perfume? Where'd you get perfume? I gotta say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath. Where does it beat? Made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going? Sorry, this is all my fault. If I asked you to dance, me bringing the perfume only made things worse. No, you don't need to feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was my best interest at heart. Yeah, I'll like lays up to that. I'm a great line manipulator is one who plays into the expectations, honestly, and making even like using the truth to tell a lie too. Again, still like this is the most cunning, conniving plan I've ever seen in my life. The same exact time, it's evil, and oh my god, it's oh my fucking god, I can't help but admire it. Oh my fucking god. Everything you did was with my best interest at heart. She doesn't even expect me in the slightest. You honestly do a pretty good job of that, honestly. Does that, like... Huh. I wonder if, like, the whole time, like, even as kids are, like, being away from there, I'm more trying to pinpoint when exactly, like, you shifted her. Well, you mentioned before, like, anyone who hasn't changed years later, like, is acting then. Were you, like, so how you're acting, like, now? I guess the Virgin Mary type figure, honestly. That's how you really were as a kid, but then you became definitely more cynical on. Like, definitely, like, she mentioned that, and I feel like that's a part of her, and then, whether she went, honestly, she became this way? And I was able to put the perfume to great use. That money-sucking leech Tommaso showed up at the perfect time, too. I'm pretty sure that's when Jacopo started getting actively violent. A jealous man is a wonderful thing. Always imagine the worst and making matters worse for it. Wow, is that you, Tommaso? It's been so long. What brings you here? Oh, look at who it is, little Miss Campanella. No surprise and interested to see you on this side of the great blue. Oh, you know, I've been giving Jacopo a hand. Huh. I'm coming impressed. What happened? I wouldn't have thought you wanted nothing to do with him. After what happened? Wow, he's a fucking ignoramus. Doesn't know anything weird happened anywhere else in the world. Holy shit. That was between our parents. Jacopo didn't have anything to do with it. Well, it would sure be nice for all you younger generation to go through life without nothing to support that kind of powder keg. That's my place to talk. You don't need to worry yourself about any of that. So what brings you here, Tommaso? I'm a little, you know how it is. Having a bit of trouble staying afloat. Ah, I see. Here to beg for offerings. Pretty shameless, Tommaso. No point in having shame if I ain't making money. Did you actually meet in the mansion, or did you meet outside? No point in having shame if I ain't making money. Toss that out with the chamber pot. Well, it might make things even easier if I quit being human altogether. So you're gonna be an investor, or you're gonna be a beast? Or the secret fourth thing? Again, I mean, by this point, just how Jacopo mentions that she's not even a girl. That means Maria's not really the man. She's not gonna be a beast. She's not an investor. So fourth or fifth thing, we'll add to the list as this goes on if we have to. Are you that hard for cash? Unfortunately, nowhere's supposed to go up, but for some reason they end up going down instead. Might be best to kick the gambling habit. No, that's like telling me to go off myself. I bet. Bets? So say, Tommaso, maybe you could pitch in a bit too. Oh, you mean it? That'd be a huge help. That's seriously not a scrap of shame in you, huh? In exchange, I'd like you to do something for me. Someone his face he's invisible for my fists. Depending on the number, I could possibly cut him into chunks and toss him into the ocean. Whoa, keep it clean. I'm not asking you to do anything like that. What is it then? Something a lowlife that like me can do? It'll be easy. It's nothing bad either. You're going to go talk to Jacopo, aren't you? Well, it's something like you to tell him while you're at it. You know he's married, right? He can get pretty nasty with his wife, though. Not so. Feel like she's got rough. She does, and she's religiously devoted to him, too. I've been trying to nudge things in the right direction to get her back on good terms with him, but I haven't had much luck. And that's something the two of them should work through? Normally, yes, but it's reached the point where I can't bear to sit back and watch anymore. I like seeing the two of them in pain. What do you think for them? How noble. You're pretty devoted to yourself, little lady. I'm not important right now. Just doing the right thing in every single which way imaginable. Man, if any of the characters here played chess, I could feel that'd be another good metaphor for all this. Playing the 40 fucking chess. The thing is, Jacopo won't hear a word of it. I figured maybe you, being a man, might be able to get through to him a little better than me. Doubt he'll listen to me either, to be honest. Come on, you used to be really close though. Closer than me. I doubt he hates you. I don't be sure about that. Anywho, talking something anyone can do. So what do you want me to tell him? Well, I need to give him a bit of a scolding. Tell the Madame came to you asking for advice, and that she actually let slip that the way he treats her day-to-day caused her grief. I've never met this wife of his before, you know. You weren't even better that way. She's so downtrodden that she can't talk to anyone about it. And she thought that maybe you, being family, might be able to help. She's never met you, but she's still latching the ray of hope. I'm sure when Jacopo finds out she brought up with the family, you'll know you can't keep mistreating her. Things like this, they hit home harder when they come from someone on the outside. You make a decent point. Yeah, So literally everything she's done was isolating her further and further more, honestly. I guess every time we've seen them talk to each other, honestly, it's also her probing to see exactly her behavior, her countenance, of how she would react, and then playing accordingly. It's all so well made, this plan. Like, what was it? I'm trying to think, like, now, like, what was it? Like, definitely this is the most interesting part. I like how, like, it's a weird thing going through this game. It's a weird thing of, like, the first half is mostly a lot of setup, and, like, after a bit, it, like, gets a bit, boring. Like, it almost repeats itself a tiny bit. Like, even the last one, which I liked a bit. And then then immediately when it gets over to the next part, everything, like, swaps to make sense. Like, it's a weird flip-flop for me to go through this. It really, truly is. It's a weird feeling, honestly, just going through this. It really is. Huh. I don't think I've ever felt this way about any kind of story before. It's either always one motion or the other. Wow. Just remember, little lady, all I can do is bring it up with him. Can't guarantee he'll change nothing. That's all I need you to do. Thanks a bunch, Tommaso. Oh, right, one more thing. This is some perfume that's grown quite popular recently. Well, ask him to give it to the madame as a gift. If you won't take it, then you keep it. Give it to another woman. Sell it, whatever you want. Perfume, huh? Very thoughtful of you. Women do like getting gifts like that. Yes, we do. Your big dad Jacopo gives her some of that. They'll be lovebirds again before you know it. Kissy, kissy, smoochy, smoochy, M-I-K-S-S-I-N-G, and the goddamn pear, big old pear tree. And the flowers and the fruit are growing so plentiful this year. And like, it's making also this sprite of her, honestly, like, learning the side of her, honestly, like the slightly open mouth, just all, like, yeah, definitely even more conniving like that. And, like, you can also maybe kind of see just, like, him, manipulative and almost, like, maybe seductive to get people on to, like, get under her wavelength, honestly, under her plan, honestly. Man. Just the way of how it changes off so quickly. I'm sure of it. Never thought the day'd come when I get to play Cupid. Now I'm starting to get kind of excited about this. We'll get a bow and arrow ready then, and with a heart. Stay focused, Tommaso, and thanks. Also, you didn't hear about any of this from me. I'm fine just pulling the strings in the shadows. The relationship is in complete shambles. Jacopo still insists he fucking loves her. The madame says she still believes in him. Seriously, how stupid can you be? Poor Jacopo. Poor madame. Now then, let's see where this boulder rolls to next. And how far it keeps rolling. No one's be able to stop it. Naturally, I'll be nudging along its way. She just starts screaming this across the room of their maid. They're just like, oh god, there goes crazy old Maria going off again in the middle of the night. Ugh. Because after all, the play lives or dies with the director's hands. Happiness tunes. Okay, no, this is not happy. Alright. Master. Master. You nodded off there for a second. Are you shocked? Yeah, a bit, yeah. Or do you instead lament this development? I was deeply sorrowful. Were you not shocked at all by this? Though to a lesser degree about Maria's true intentions and more my shameful inability to recognize her machinations. The time, I too believed that Maria was the white-haired girl's one and only ally. It was not until everything had drawn to a close I discovered the truth. Okay, From the sound of it then, okay, oh. Well, I was gonna say, like, if she spread the gossip, maybe, like, she would notice it then, but, like, if she played the game with everyone else, other maids, too, to go into the position as well? Ah, that makes so much sense. She plays everyone like a fiddle. Then I know, then I know, I now know how the tale ends, you say? Yes, that is correct. Well aware, that is not the case. I told you the story in a way that suggested she was in the white-haired girl's side. I guess that's another way of, like, almost kind of way lying, but, like, it's mostly just, like, you're telling it how it was and how you came across it. It's not lying in a sense, honestly. You're bending the truth a lot, though, in the second story's case, though. Quite a lot, to the point of just outright just lying, but this one, not so much. You're mostly just telling the story, like, how you came across it, honestly. That's not lying at all. It's literally just telling you how you experienced it. That's literally just what it is. Oh my. I wonder if that constitutes lying to you, Master. Not here, honestly. Like, it's like, if it's literally just me, just like I'm, like going through like any other game that I already played before, and just that technically is lying in anyway if I like make it a point to act along with the story, and then just pretend I don't know a single thing about it, even though everyone else technically knows I'm lying. That technically still would be, honestly. Acting is lying. Besides, the act of storytelling is technically just by the whole nature just telling a giant lie and using truthful elements in a sense to craft a big tapestry that evokes emotion. In a sense, honestly, just from what I've seen, like looking through them, just being an English major, honestly, just literally just the whole act of being a storyteller, writer, author, or a publicist is literally you're just crafting things which emotionally manipulate people whoever decides to read it consensually. Or technically not, if some things can drive people to tears, but it's all their fault for reading it and experiencing it then, right? Especially if people like give trigger warnings on us, that of like the content that's involved in there. eh, eh. I merely want to present the events to you in order, starting from the beginning, when Maria's ill intents were still veiled in shadow. I want you to know the same feeling of consternation I had experienced. No, that part I completely understand, though. Like the first story, this third story, not lying. Second one, a bit of stretching the truth. Yes, okay. The white-haired girl would continue to write letter after letter. They were all addressed to her dear husband, detailing her ever-present love for him. Their desire for the relationship to return to what it had once been. Does that mean, if, she wrote her letters, in a sense, and, Maria, just literally handed them over without changing them at all, it actually would just be harder and tougher, honestly, as well. She keeps writing Jacopo's name several times through the story, throughout her letter, honestly, to Dear Jacopo, and then just saying his name throughout many times, honestly. Maria would have her, work cut out for her to make it sound natural. Or, go right over it, that a different person's name. Would, they be close enough that he can tell, I guess, her handwriting, I guess, in a sense, maybe? If she even did that and took that into account, then holy shit, then, she just playing just mastermind everywhere, honestly. Screw being the director for a play, being the absolute conductor, honestly. You set the mood, you set the scene, and let everything else play out on stage. You're not the director, you're the fucking conductor off the stage, off in the shadows. That's a better analogy for you, anyway. My beloved, I'm sure your hands are quite full right now, but that is fine. It does not change my love for you. Do you remember the day we went out together? That was perhaps the most wonderful day of my life. I had a truly incredible time. I still treasure the gift you gave to me, for it is the one and only present I have received from you. That reminds me, Maria tried to teach me how to dance. I doubt I will ever progress beyond being laughably bad, though. Yeah, Maria would have had to, censor all this stuff out, honestly. Rewrite it in a sense. She had to change a lot of things around. It would be nice if someday you and I could dance together. Perhaps when you have a little respite from work, we could go out again. Maybe take a carriage somewhere a little farther away. And we could dine at a restaurant more to your liking. Although, I think the cuisine of the other restaurant was exquisite, personally. Do I perhaps have an unrefined palate? Maria altered the letters before delivering them, however. She changed the address C from Jacopo to their man. She would cut away the top of the page with Jacopo's name on it, space below write a different name. She could not mimic the white-haired girl's handwriting for the full length of the letter. Maria couldn't make a single name look adequately similar. It would, after all, be quite difficult to notice minor discrepancies in such a small quantity of text. Makes sense. Again, another letter? Why should she keep writing these? To Jacopo's eyes, the modified letters looked like professions of love to their man. The more she inscribed of her feelings for Jacopo, the greater the turmoil grew within his heart. Even though her love was directed toward him, I can't believe what I'm reading. A restaurant more to your liking? I knew it. You have been going with other men after a while, pretending to be chaste in my presence. I still treasure the gift you gave to me? God's sake. Are you fucking kidding? I'm sure she can't leave that room. Then, what the fuck are you thinking about then, dude? What the fuck what do you think is going on then? If you bar the windows and all that, and it still happens, you make a double check out every single part of the room, the floorboards and everything like that, what the fuck do you honestly think is happening? You're probably still just up in grief and just figuring out what the fuck is even happening and guessing all of that, or maybe just that in grief about heartbreaking your love, which even in her own memories it sounded like you were just so fucking passive aggressive anyway. She'll never see this man again. Time shall let go, and so will he. Listen to me resigning myself to the hope that everything will fix itself. How'd I end up like this? Such a pitiful man I've become. On the surface, Maria acted quite heartbroken at the sight of their suffering. When she returned to her room, the walls echo with her cackles. The other maids around her like, okay, just ignore her, it'll stop. She likes doing this. She derived a great deal of entertainment from their squirming. The more they writhed in anguish, the deeper her satisfaction grew. And both the white-haired girl and Jacopo continued to place their confidence in Maria, the one responsible for everything, the mediator. Oh my good gosh, I'm getting reminded of someone else, from another, game. Someone going back and forth, like, writing letters, honestly, and milking things behind the scene. Good God, I'm getting reminded of that now. Good gosh. The white-haired girl had never possessed a sense of distrust, and so she took everything Maria said as truth, continuing in her agony to write Jacopo letters. It makes sense for, her not to get suspicious, but I would imagine there'd be maybe several, like, a couple chances, at least a few, that Jacopo would notice things were wrong. But, like, if he's, like, that, like, stubborn, honestly, then, like, yeah, he'd just be putting himself to be blind, honestly. I'd still kind of put on him, honestly, a bit. Like, I'm wondering, actually, I would love to see if there's, like, other ways, like what, like, telltale signs there were that that the white-haired girl, like, would have, like, really noticed that Maria was playing against her. Or, like, some thread of doubt that was, like, more obvious, honestly. Because even seeing, like, events being replayed again, like, it makes sense in hindsight, but when you're in the moment, like, unless you, like, know about that fact, like, she's playing against everyone, you're never gonna think that at all. I wonder who decided when going through the story thought that way, honestly, that Maria was untrustworthy. I think this is the first time in a long time that I'm, remember... Well, shit, honestly, like, I'd say this, but, like, it's this whole thing of, like, I think my blind spot, honestly, when someone plays nice, and I don't see anything wrong with that facade, then I get blindsided by it. So, honestly, I wonder if there's any telltale sign that showcase that Maria actually was, like, this conniving, honestly. Because we definitely only see, like, how she responds to talks to Jacopo and like Madame, honestly, trying to craft this well-constructed story. Which, honestly, if you don't have anything else, like if you don't see her doing anything else, like her giving the perfume to Tommaso, like, yeah, you wouldn't think there's anything wrong. It would just be a giant story that she's crafting and subtly changing all throughout, and leaving small vague holes in there. Some she doesn't have anything to say or like confirm anything. She'll fill in later then, like with these letters and all that. Like, yeah, I've seen many games where, like, a few times, like, it feels like I know ahead of time, like, some twist happening, but it was always, like, a character, or at least, like, once or twice, like, like, they're completely, wholesale, like, being kind in some sense like that. Or, I've seen some stories that end up, like, a person did something, like, a bad act, like, kill someone or attack someone, but they were either doing it, like, either with a facade of being a nice person, or they honestly were a nice person, but they still did it because they thought it would be the best thing to do, and that's the twist. I get blindsided by that. The second I see or second I see any hostility in a sense, I just latch onto it quite quickly, and I didn't detect anything from Maria up to this point, honestly, none at all. She's good at acting it that much. I'll give her that. I'll give her that. There's probably people out there, and those people are terrifying. Those people are fucking terrifying. Oh my good God. Letter after letter after letter. My beloved, are you still tied up with your work? It's been some time since we last saw one another, so I know not what you have been doing of late. I only hope you remain in good health. I would have possibly prefer to tell you everything in person, but I do not have the courage, so these letters are my only option. Am I adequately express my feelings, my love for you? At the time, I would appreciate a response. You're never gonna get a response, though. As long as I'm intercepting them. There's no way I'm allowing these or your love to get to him. I could just stop reading them. I It would certainly make things easier. Don't my imagination will run wild. Fantasizing about her writing to this other man. Why she might be putting in her correspondence. I'd be better off knowing the truth than torturing myself with fantasy. It's the better option. Jacopo accepted every letter Maria delivered, without fail. He would merely nod as he accepted it, his face contorted in discomfort, and then pore over the text when he was alone, just ravenously. I assume he did not want her to see his heart sinking into darkness. And he put his trust in his wife rather than Maria. Well, had he put his trust in his wife rather than Maria, he would have almost certainly been able to realize the letters were directed to him, despite the altered recipient's name. Yeah. Even a lot of the details, honestly, sound similar to him, honestly. He's not thinking that way. He doesn't think he's not thinking that for a reference. He's definitely still wholeheartedly in that mindset of him, you're cheating on me, honestly. Which makes a whole lot of sense. And, what was it? If he grew up, like, in that whole, I guess a cutthroat environment, like, when he was a kid, honestly, it would make sense he would be forced to think like this, honestly, of betrayal, honestly, to this sense. Someone new, but if, like, he still thought there was nothing wrong with Maria's facade, honestly, there was nothing wrong with her, he would definitely still trust her, honestly, to this extent. Yeah. Everything she read about concerned him, after all. How could someone who had lived as isolated a life as her have so many identical experiences with two distinct men? Why could he not find himself to trust her? Perhaps doubting her was simply easier. If you're in this position, would you trust her? Probably not, honestly. If, like, yeah, for the sense of, like the person who's betraying you, honestly, is probably the one person you, like, trusted the entire life? Yeah, probably, yeah. I probably wouldn't trust her, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just wondering here, like, why didn't you do anything about this? Why didn't you touch upon it at all? Again, it keeps coming up once or twice, honestly. You're just here. You notice all this stuff happening. You're like, nah, I'll just leave it to it, honestly. The master has the whole situation under control. Like, you know he's being lied to right now. I just can't help with that. I just can't. I'm busy over here cleaning this smashed little vase that was destroyed like centuries ago. I should have done it earlier, but no. Like, the dust here just collects. There's little dust bunnies in here that I fabricate myself. I need to clean it up. I need to make a little nativity scene with them. No, I'm so busy. Would you maintain faith in her, the woman who had waited so long? Would you believe the feelings she professed for you were genuine? She continued writing letters, day after day, week after week, without hiatus. She had, by and large, run out of things to say, but that did not put an end to her letter writing. She simply repeated what she had written before. Nevertheless, they did not see one another in person, which is kind of you for, like, not even bringing it up at all, dude. The white-haired girl, forbidden from leaving her shed, can only wait for her husband to pay her a visit. My beloved, there's a little bit of fog out today. Weather like this reminds me of my home country. I was born on an island perpetually covered in a thick fog. Not saying I would like to return, but thinking about it does make me feel rather homesick. Does it happen to you? It reminds me. Aside from that one time, you have not told me much of your homeland. It would be nice if you could pay to visit together sometime. Speaking of which, before I left, an exhibition of some sort was held there. I was able to attend, but perhaps see the chance when I was near you. If she actually talks, like, at any point, like, talks about, like, him being imprisoning her here, does Maria do heavy censoring then too? Just cut on entire this paragraph then too? And I don't know. Did he have tape back then? I don't know how that much would fly, honestly. I imagine you would have, with your interest in new technology. Next time you have a chance, I would enjoy hearing what they have on display. Exhibition? Oh, that's right, there was one. It was a year ago. Got quite a bit of attention since it was supposed to be held in Paris. I was busy preparing for a wedding. I don't try to attend an exhibition. I was doing that, giving you, a woman I never met before, my full attention. Keeping yours to a different man? Has been going on for that long? He simply stepped up and taken action, He could have put an end to the stream of letters, each of which gave rise to further misunderstanding. He immediately asked the white-haired girl in person to whom the letters were addressed, whether what they described were true, and the twisted threads of his confusion would have all been unraveled. Yeah, honestly, oh good god, I've seen many stories that had that sort of thing. There's obviously, like, there's a reason why misunderstanding plots tend to be, like, both cliche and sometimes a bit aggravating. I can definitely see that. But when they're done right, like, I can see, like, this is well done, honestly, for a big misunderstanding plot. It really does go. It's really quite effective, honestly, because it definitely is just like it's like how many other tragedies are, like miscommunication, like when you're like fully like what a character's flaws are or how a person normally acts, and then by the end of it, like, sure, they could have done it this way, but realistically, they never would have. Even when they're as I've even seen some stories or like they were trying to clear misunderstanding or actually talk about things ahead of time, but like the other person's like, no, I don't really want to talk about that, or just like I can't bear to think about anything like that, and it just keeps going and going, honestly, and just makes things worse. But he made no such effort, relying instead on Maria to serve as an intermediary. I feel as though I have now at long last can understand just what kind of man Jacopo was. He had a great deal of pride in his capabilities. He had far less confidence in himself as a person. If he had faith in himself, perhaps he could have put faith in his wife as well. Had pride not been so twisted, perhaps he would not have been so afraid of being hurt. Indeed, he was afraid. I guess a good way to to think about, like, I'm gonna try and talk about this, if you're instead of going misunderstanding routes and all this, over-explain yourself, honestly, so much so no one can misunderstand you. God, that's another avenue to put it if you don't want to be in the situation. But talk to her, dude, and all that, and still, it's interesting to see just the flip of perspective so quickly, honestly, so well, so quickly, so well. God damn it. Indeed, he was afraid of being rejected by her, afraid to face a reality where his beloved partner scorned him, where the woman he loved laughed at him disdainfully, where she and countless others mocked him. The thought of it paralyzed him. So both the maids, literally all the maids, I guess, is actually kind of almost like being implied so many times the other maids are like gossiping behind his and her back. I'm assuming, like, and again, they never brought up to each other, honestly, at any point. If Maria, like, literally just blocked that off from being, I guess, organically brought up. The environment in which he had been raised played a significant part in his state of mind, I expect. Occasionally, the name in the letter would change. Maria was making the white-haired girl out to be having affairs with multiple other men. She could never do any such thing, of course. But Jacopo, thinking Maria to be his only ally, believed everything she said. If I could figure out who this man is and where he resides. Okay, look, okay, dude, at a certain point, like, at the beginning of this, who knows how long, or many days and weeks going by, I could definitely, like, give you the benefit of the doubt as well, you're being toyed with and all that, but at a certain point of all this happening, if it's been going on for weeks and all that, like, holy shit, it's all your fault then, too. Holy shit. Oh my god. I can make him tell me every last detail about his relations with my wife. But what if information went public as a result? And news or infidelity spread. And it reached the Casca. The fate of the Berzati is in your hands, son. There's a limit to what we can accomplish in this tiny island. If we don't turn our attention outwards, we'll wither away and die. Not just this family. This whole land will find itself famished and emaciated, defenseless against invasion as we waste away. I won't stand by and watch my homeland crumble. Sure, our methods may be crude and not always worthy of praise. They produce undeniable results. And the unfortunate thing is, the previous Capo Famiglia was an incredibly reticent man. It took all he had to merely preserve this small chunk of the world. But I'm not like that, and neither are you. The most I can do is lay the foundation, make it easier for you to work, which means everything rests on your shoulders. Build the future of the Berzadi family, and the future of this country. It all falls on you, and your family particularly because someone is breaking in from the inside. The marriage is happening too quickly? It'd be madness not to hurry, given the circumstances. You should be well aware of that. You need the Berzadi name to climb the social ladder in short order if we're going to have anything burnt out from under us. If the one isn't to your liking, you can find another one that is. It's only going to be your wife and name. Listen to me, son. You must not allow her to fool around. Oh my fucking god, we're right back to sexism again anyway. What are the most vital things to have in our society? Money? Power? Yes, those are indeed important. But what matters most is respect. No one's gonna follow a camophobia they can't respect. They'll try to undermine your authority. Once someone deems you weaker than them, courtesy goes out the window. A judgment that's near impossible to overturn. Betrayal spreads like a fire through a forest. Once the flame's lit, the both of us come crashing down. You must not let anyone look down on you. You must not let anyone think you're the kind of man a woman can walk all over. If by any chance your fiancé is ever unfaithful to you, kill her before anyone finds out. You're placed above others. Climb to the top. Never be content with someone above you. Never forget the weight you carry on your shoulders. This is your responsibility. The fate of the Berzadi is in your hands. The fate of the land rests on your shoulders. Aim for the top. Kill anyone who stands in your way. Don't hesitate. Do poverty, respect, prosperity. Oh my god. I must keep intercepting her letters. I must keep her locked up. I still have work to do. I can't allow anyone to learn about how she's disgraced me. Kill her. That's how my old man says to handle it. That's the last resort. It's not. Well, at this point, like, honestly, by this point, even when you take it as the quote-unquote last resort, it's not gonna be the last resort at all. Doesn't even matter at all, because you're not taking him, even the first, like, it'd be fucking terrifying if somehow Maria can, like, almost in a sense prime or grim in a sense where even when they finally do start talking, like literally they're not gonna resolve at all, and then that last thing of like talking it out does not work at all, and then it comes to the whole thing of being the last resort. Then holy shit, there's nothing else he can do then after all this. If that doubt doesn't spread honestly, then holy shit, then both of them are doomed, which they definitely are. I can already imagine this story just ending with Maria like almost in a sort of with a smile hidden behind her sad face, honestly, just handing the gun back to him and just saying, if you think there's no other chance to do it, then do it. My god. It's not yet. God damn it. It's downright wrong for me to even have these feelings for someone. Fuck. Master, your carriage is waiting outside. How are you coming along? Coming along? Oh, that's right. I had an inspection scheduled today. I'll be right out. Have him wait. What's in the matter, Master? You look a little hazy. I'm fine. If you're not feeling well, you should stay. I said I'm fine! It's not your job to try and interfere with my condition. Isn't their job to clean up and make sure that you're alright and your whims and all that? Yes, sir. Damn it, keep under wraps. Act like normal. You can at least do that much, damn you. Take care on your trip, Master. Yeah. It's not the usual coachman. I also feel like I've seen him somewhere. Your fault. What? Hey, speak up. Die, Jacopo Berzadi. Oh. Oh, okay, he was, Tony Luzardo says hello. Oh my god. Master? There's a knife in your stomach. Oh God, someone, anyone. Silence, don't make a scene. Call a doctor. Yes, sir. I remember I seen him before. That's right. I put his factory out of business. I needed out of the picture to expand my own business. I guess he had a grudge about that. I should have been more careful. Blood flows of surprising abundance from a stab wound. It's not stopping either. Son of a bitch. The world is going white. Come on now. Come on now, you have to be kidding. I know very well what kind of man you are. You wouldn't hesitate to lead a blind man off a cliff to further your own goals. You make money off others' lives. You stand upon a mountain of corpses, cackling at everyone below you. For a man like you, love comes as naturally as flying. Guess what? You don't have any emotions. And you never have. You've always been this way. Oh my fucking God. My childhood was day after day of mockery. You're just a bunch of nobodies trying to pretend your name means anything, they would say, sneering and glaring. Maria treated me as an equal, but she was the only one. Is this whole thing of, like, literally just taking someone under your wing, honestly, so you can properly manipulate them later, honestly? Like the popular girl just going and just trying to bring other, like, quiet, like, kids under her wing, honestly? Is that what this is? I wanted to show them up. And to do that, I had to rise to the top. Or at least high enough that I could laugh at them, just one step above them. Ha! Look at you down there, the lower step! My old man wasn't the only one who wanted that. I did too. I had to make them acknowledge that I had value as a man. Who actually wants to go through life being laughed at? I had to make them recognize that what I had, what I did, had value. I needed neither love nor compassion to do it. Or that's what I thought. In the beginning, I only ever intended to use that woman. I simply needed her to build a name for myself. Well, you definitely got that across in the memories, honestly. You did that, you certainly did that. When she served her purpose, I could simply cast her aside. That's what I thought. Or rather, that's what I endeavored to make myself think. But deep down, I felt bad for her. I pitied this woman, who was being made to marry a man she had never even met before. I'm not sure what she really wanted, as a regular marriage with someone she loved. Because her family wanted to cling to their name, she wasn't afforded that opportunity. I want to do something for her. Didn't have to be anything grand. I genuinely wanted that. The day of her wedding was when I first saw her. Her face, partially obscured behind the veil, was gorgeous. And crucially, she was smiling at me. I had expected to find only gloom and despondency in her eyes. But instead, she smiled. And when I saw that smile, I wanted to be a permanent part of my life. I truly did want to ensure she always had a smile on her face. Okay, you're going absolutely mad. Is this my room? I'm alive? Oh yeah, absolutely no one knows about him. You got stabbed. Oh boy. Oh boy. No one knows. The whole world doesn't know you got stabbed. Oh boy. Maria can use another plan. Oh boy. Oh yay. Oh gosh. Damn it. I feel nauseous. What time is it? Time for you to get a watch. I'm sorry I had to say that joke. The world's a blur. It's so hot.
You mustn't get up. The doctor said bacteria entered your body through the wound. So that you have very high fever.
What are you doing here? Oh, should Maria let her out for all this? Oh, I can't imagine.
I was told you'd been badly wounded, but thankfully it's not fatal.
How'd you make it out of...
Pardon?
Oh, I see. Maria opened it. Doubt? Doubt?
Would you like some medicine to reduce the fever? It should help you feel better.
Yes. No. I meant to feel pain, die like a man. If you get stabbed, bleed out, be a man. Don't go to the hospital. Stay by my side for a little longer.
Is there anything I can do for you? You can ask me anything.
My hand.
Your hand?
Could you hold my hand? If you don't want to, that's fine.
Like this?
Your hand is quite cold.
It probably feels that way because of your fever.
So about you cheating.
Yes?
I've done some regrettable things to you. Please forgive me. Tell you the truth, the moment I first saw you, I felt like you were what I had been searching for my whole life. Laugh if you like. I felt like I had finally found you. But I couldn't act around you the way I honestly felt.
You should get some sleep.
Could you keep holding my hand until I fall asleep? If you don't want to, that's fine.
My hand is in yours.
Thank you.
You appear to be quite delirious, Master. Those are things you should be telling your wife, not me.
What? Oh. Okay. Okay, what the fuck? Okay. Okay. Oh my fucking god. That's funny. Okay, that's fucking funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's funny. It's sad, but it's... God, I'm sorry. It was all a dream. Of course it was. It wouldn't be that easy. And she never would come to my room. She's involved with other men.
Jacopo, may I come in? I have another letter.
Stabbed in the gut. And still the blows keep on coming.